So welcome to another week in the life of a period. I tried to make this one a wee bit different, and so it's just like absolute chaos. I also used a menstrual cup for the very first time and I documented my experience. Look, for once I'm not filming in my room. I'm in work. I'm not skiving, I'm on my break. But yeah, guess what came yesterday? Although you'll know because of the title of this video, so yeah, my period came yesterday. Wasn't expecting it. Friday night I went to a gig and I was fuming at Fraser because he was late, but I felt like irrationally angry, you know, like when you just feel so angry, and that's not really like me at all. And I said to Stephen Fraser, I feel like I'm on my period, but I wasn't due, or so I thought. My cramps have been so bad today, like I've had to keep walking about because when I sit down it hurts so much. And I'm not prepared. Like for the next period video I was going to get a heating pad. I bought a period cup which hasn't arrived yet, so I can't use it just now. It came really lightly yesterday and I was so gutted. The shining moment happened this morning. I love it when that happens. Okay, I know I look really good, but I just got in from work. I was thinking about how annoyed I was that my periods came at this time. Like I'm not prepared for this video at all. And then I've just came in to a delivery. I ripped it open, so that was really good of me. But this just arrived in the post and it's my moon cup. I bought a moon cup and I'm really excited to try it actually, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, that's supposed to like fit us. It's not that big. I just held it up really. It's not the size of my head. I'm not putting something the size of my head up my, I was gonna say my tush. It's not going up there. And I don't even use the word tush. Anyway, I'm gonna possibly try that tonight then. Oh, I don't know, I'm quite nervous. The windows are opening, there's cars going up and down the house, so again, not ghosts, just cars. Anyway, so I've been reading and watching videos all about menstrual cups just so I can get a full idea of how to use this little thing. And I'm aware now that I have to actually cut the stem because the stem's not supposed to hang out or it'll be really uncomfy and really sore. I could totally have saw myself doing that and being like, ooh, I don't like this. There's little rings on the end of the stem. I'm going to cut it, but I think I'm going to cut it to maybe the second or third ring. The whole thing including the stem is supposed to go up here. If I put that whole thing up me, then the cup would probably be too high and it wouldn't suction like it's supposed to, and then possible leakage would happen because I've got quite a heavy flow sometimes, so I feel like if I didn't have it in correctly the first time then I'll probably leak. In fact, let's be honest, that's definitely going to happen to me at some point. So I'm going to boil this in a pot tonight and I'm going to try it in for a while. Then I'm going to take it out before bed, clean it, and then I'm going to put it in overnight and see how I get on with it overnight. I'm also quite nervous to try it out. There's a fold you can do where you like press it in like that and fold it like that, so it's kind of like tampon width. So I feel like that would probably be the best for me to get it in. Thanks to Katja & Co for her Menstrual Cups 101 video, which I'll link below because it's kind of saved my life a little bit. To get it out, which originally kind of freaked me out because I was like, there's no way I'm getting that out. Apparently if you just put your finger up and pop the side, it breaks the kind of suction, so you can easily apparently take it out. So I don't know, we'll see how that goes. I thought that in each period video as well that I would go over some of your comments that you've left on my last video, because a lot of you've left really interesting comments. Bran said, great job, keep up the great work in this series and don't forget to take iron. So many people left comments about taking plenty of iron and I didn't even realise that was a thing, but it makes sense obviously because you're bleeding. Longing for Summertime said, my period started right after I finished watching this video, no joke. That's just bad luck, mate. Hannah Witten commented on it as well, which kind of made me have a little fangirl moment. I love her. Constance Turner left some really good comments on my video. She's the one that was like, moon cup, moon cup. She said, another weird thing is I feel heightened emotions right before I start, heightened anxiety most of the time, but sometimes things just seem much more beautiful, or I'll cry at beautiful songs. This experience was a lot stronger before I got my IUD in May of this year though. Those PMS feels have simmered down a bit and now my period is just weird and lasts forever, unfortunately. That's such a shame. That happened when I got the implant. Like, my period didn't stop. But then my friend Steph got the implant as well and she didn't have any periods at all. So at the beginning of my period as well, my emotions are definitely heightened. Last night I got really emotional. I just felt like I was going to cry when I was going home for some reason. Just did this for ages. A lot of you have been using the shining moment, which, you know, that scene from The Shining. I love that you are using that. I'm going to keep using that phrase. So I have a question from Snapchat and it's from, don't have my phone on me, pretty sure she was called Lily Louise. She asked if I've ever had my period in school. Well, I talked about it in my very first period video, but oh, I had horrendous periods in school. Like, I used to throw up from both ends. One time I got it in biology and I remember it was so heavy. It was that heavy that I used to only wear pads in high school, but I remember standing up and it was just like flowing out of me. You could just feel it flowing out of me. At that moment I thought, I'm gonna be sick. So I ran out of the class, threw up downstairs, and also had to go to the toilet at the same time. So I was diarrheaing, and I was throwing up at the same time in school, and the toilet was below the classroom, and then my friend said that the whole class could actually hear me the entire time, which was really good. But at the same time as this was going on, my cramps were also like horrendous, so I was doubled over, spewing from both ends, and it was just not nice. My jeans are so high. So yeah, I've had my period in school a couple of times, and I also had my period in PE, and I was wearing white joggies or something like really cool like that. I definitely leaked, and I had a red spot all over the underside of my thigh bum. No one told me. I only noticed when I got home. I was like, oh, I was wanting a bit like that. So yeah, I've had my period in school, but right now I'm going to boil this. I'm going to cut the end off, and then I'm going to boil it, and then I'm going to attempt to insert it, and then I'll be back. I'll be back. So I'm boiling my cup just now, but I need to boil this for 5 minutes, and then I will give it a try. Obviously not right after I burn myself. I'll just cut the stem so that there's a couple of little rings left, and I'm just going to attempt to insert it just now. Wish me luck. So I've just inserted it, right, and it was surprisingly easy. I feel like I can feel it, so that must mean that I haven't put it up far enough, but I was conscious of putting it too far up because I didn't want it to leak through and not suction properly. I thought it was going to be like 10s because it was my first time, but I just squatted, relaxed, but then I realised I was walking back to my bedroom like a duck, and then I was like, wait, I can just walk normally, because I was like, it's going to slip out, it's going to slip out, but why would it slip out? So Christina actually just Snapchatted me and asked if I have any embarrassing period stories. I think that one about diarrhea, and I still can't say that word, and being sick in school in earshot of everyone was probably the worst. I'm going to take it out now and see how I get on taking it out. So that was horrendous. Like, I thought it wasn't coming out. I'm just out the bath, by the way. So I tried to get it out, I couldn't find it, so I was like, it must be way too far up. I couldn't get it out, and I'd leaked as well, even though I was wearing a pad luckily, but I'd leaked, so I was like, wait, this isn't going well. So I was trying to get it out. It took me about 10-15 minutes. Oh, it was so bad. But eventually I got it out. I broke a nail in the process, went for my bath, shower, whatever, came out, tried to put it back in, and it just was not having it. I'm going to try and put it in again before bed, get it out in the morning and see how it's gone, see how that goes. I'll need to try and get up a wee bit earlier just in case I'm there for like half an hour trying to get it out again. It's now Wednesday the 7th of August. After the drama last night with the period cup, I put it in again at night, woke up, no leakages, got the cup out in about 2 seconds, poured it out, cleaned it, tried to get it back in, wouldn't go back in, but I was like, this is a start, this is a start. I got it out, it was great. Maybe like 20 minutes later I tried again, put it back in. This is like the big test. I'm going to test it all day at work and see how it goes. I feel like I've got it up properly again this time. We'll see how it goes. So I'm back home now. It's 10 to 9. I've had a really long day. I was at work all day, and then we had a work meeting. Bought myself some munchies, bought myself some Doritos, so I'm well happy. Menstrual cup lasted really well all day. I had trouble getting it out when I got home from work, but I got it out eventually. It was fine. Like, there's no worry that it's not going to come out, because it will come out. I hurt my hand trying to get it out because I was like, come on! But I think once I get more used to it, there'll be a knack. I've only been using it for like a day and a half. I didn't have time to put it back in before going to the work meeting, so because it does take a little bit of time to get it in for me just now, so I just shoved a tampon in. Yeah, I'm going to put it in again before bed, and I had kind of an emotional day today because I met some people that I used to support in work, and I mean, I was alright, I didn't show it or anything, but I was like, inside I was like, oh my god. But I've actually had a pretty good day, and my emotions have been alright. Like, I've not felt out of the ordinary. I feel like sometimes I'm better when I'm on my period. I'll speak to you tomorrow. I just moisturised and stuff, so I'm a little shiny. But can we just talk about how bad my skin is right now? Periods make me totally break out now. They never used to do that when I was on the pill, but now that I'm off the pill, as soon as I get my period, like, all these spots start appearing. Like, it's so bad. It's like chicken pox. It looks like I've got chicken pox. Yesterday I had a good day. There was nothing really to film. I didn't end up wearing my cup because my period was light enough that I could wear a pad. That never used to happen either when I was on the pill. It seems to be, now that I'm off the pill, the first kind of 3 days are heavy and Especially the second day. The second day is the worst. I've not done any exercise this week and I wanted to kind of try and see what it was like, but I really should have done that at the start of the week. Tonight I'm going climbing, so that should be fun. I've not exercised and I feel like a bit minging, so I'm like, right, come on, let's do it. So I've sorted myself a little bit, I've done my makeup. I find it quite hard to cover spots. I was going to put my cup in there, but I don't have time to put it in just now. I'll try and put it in for climbing tonight, and then I can test out what it's like doing exercise with a cup in. But I'm on my break. I had a good first shift. I feel like I've been better than I normally am on this period. I don't know if that even makes sense, but I feel like I've been really dead enthusiastic. Apart from yesterday, like I got really tired yesterday. I don't know, I just feel like I'm better on my period. This period so far has been actually pretty easy to deal with. Apart from my skin, the skin issues are doing my head and I hate having spots. Like the weather sucks, like the weather's awful, and normally in a day like this I'd be a bit more, the bad weather kind of makes you down, doesn't it? But I've been really, I feel really good, and it helps that it's Friday and it's the weekend tomorrow and I'm off, and I'm seeing Denise on Sunday. Did I tell you I bought a new camera yesterday? I think as well, I think I'm more impulsive on my period. I think I'm more impulsive with like, plans and spending. Not that I go mental and buy loads of things when I'm on my period, I don't, but I did buy a new camera. And calm down, I'm going in that paranormal investigation next weekend, so I'm going to have a clear, good camera to film that on, so I'm so excited for that. So I'm at climbing now, put my cup in before I come out, and it's still there. What do you think a cup's left there?
I think cups are interesting.
Yeah, my cup's firmly up there. Thanks man.
They bore man.
Thanks man, that's
see you later man.
Me and Steph just went climbing. I've not seen Steph in a long time.
You want some cashew nuts?
She's making fun of my nuts. Cup stayed in all night. I actually need to remember to take it out because I can't actually feel it inside me, so I need to go home and remember to take it out. Would you ever wear a cup?
Yes.
Would you though?
Only once you've tested it for me.
Good. Will you buy a cup and I'll wear it for you and then you can wear it?
Good idea. Cup buddies.
Board
buddies.
So are you going to try one?
Yeah, got a heavy flow, but like you.
Bye guys. Bye. I'm home from climbing now and I noticed I have a few Snapchats from people, so I thought that I would open them on camera. So this one is from Barry, who is my friend from school, so let's see what he says.
What's the longest time? What's the longest time a period can last for?
Oh, see when I had my implant, this is weird I'm talking to you about my period. After high school, I got the implant and I had the implant for a couple of months and I had a period the entire time. I think my longest period was a few months because of the implant. What do you call it? Period at all. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by everything. I'm going to Google what the longest period was. Okay, I just checked and there's no record online for the world's longest period. I don't think it's not a thing that's in the Guinness Book of Records, but I reckon I could have taken the cake. Emma Ald, how long are periods supposed to be? P.S. I love you so much and so does my mum. That's so cute, thank you. She says also, what do you crave on your period? Chocolate. Hundreds of chocolate. Everybody's periods are different. A normal period would probably last from 3 days to a week. I'm sure I read 3 to 5 days somewhere, but I'd say like a week for me is good. Yeah, it says here most periods last from 3 to 5 days. I thought I read that. Whoa, my voice just broke. But anywhere from 2 to 7 days is normal apparently. Ian Stud.
Do period pains really warrant calling an ambulance? We seem to go to enough of them.
No way? Oh my god. Well, I've had period pains before where I've been like crawling on the ground in agony, but I knew it was just period pains. I would never have called an ambulance. Anyhow, thanks for your questions. I'm going to go to bed soon. I think I'm going to have popcorn first. I'm craving food. I'm craving popcorn apparently. There you go, Emma. It's the next day now. Period's still there, still light, but almost gone, so I'm just wearing a tiny little pad just now. I honestly still feel fine. Like, I feel like this period's been one of the best ones emotions wise. I have been more emotional, but in a good way, like in an enthusiastic way. I woke up with a few more spots, which I did attempt to cover with makeup, but I don't know if it worked. I'm going to exercise hopefully after I film, but I should have exercised at the start of the period because I want to see if exercise does actually help with like cramps and stuff like that. Just want to see what it's like properly doing a HIIT workout or something, like a high intensity workout with a cup in as well. Let me know what else you want to see in the next video, and I definitely want to make sure that I incorporate more Snapchats of yours in the video as well, and more questions and stuff like that. Leave any period or contraception related questions down below and any topics you'd like to see covered in these videos as well. I just flung my washing in the outside bin. In the actual outside bin. Period brain, honestly, I swear there is such a thing as period brain. Like sometimes I do the stupidest things or say the stupidest things, but that could just be me. Had to pure fish my pyjamas and all that out of the wheelie bin outside, raging. So I feel like my mood's changed slightly. Like I'm still in a good mood, but I feel a bit unmotivated. Okay, my mum just phoned and because she's out and she's going to the chippy and she asked if I want one brought back as well, and I'm like, I really need to eat better because I've ate so bad this week. She's on her way home just now, so I think I'm actually going to quickly do a HIIT workout just now while she's on her way home. So in fact I'm going to do that just now. I'm done. I feel good, but I'm absolutely gobbled. I like to do the fitness blender HIIT workouts. I think they're amazing. But I actually have a fitness playlist, which I'll link below. My mum's on her way home with the chippy, so I'm like, so I need to go and get a shower again, even though I had one this morning. Like, I've still got all my makeup on, so I feel a bit minging. So I'm gonna sit for a minute. I just went a walk with Fraser and I bought one of these, so I'm gonna sit and eat this. I'm so excited. I've got the munchies, as I do every day when I'm on my period. I've just got the urge to watch the new Footloose, even though I know it's not that good, but cause Miles Teller's in it, I'm like, fancy watching that. So that was a nice abrupt ending. The conclusion of this video is that I will be I'll be switching to a moon cup now from now on. There's people that I know that are really passionate about their moon cups, or their menstrual cups, sorry. I was always like, God, they're really passionate about it. And then I used one, and now I realise why people are so passionate about it. There's so many benefits in generally using a menstrual cup rather than tampons and pads. And I could actually make a whole other video on menstrual cups if you'd fancy it, and why I'm switching to a menstrual cup. Basically, less expensive, more healthy, more environmentally friendly. All in all, over this period, I felt way more enthusiastic than I do on a regular basis. Like, I felt more upbeat and happy than I do normally. The PMS at the start was quite bad, like with the rage and all that. That doesn't usually happen, but that was bad. But I read that PMS actually only happens at the start of your period. I was under the impression that it happened all through your period and after your period, because after my periods I get really broody and I want children. Not gonna have any, don't worry. I went on a downer for 2 days after my period, and now I'm like, is that period or is that anxiety related? So that's a whole other thing I need to look into. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave all your questions, comments, anything to do with periods down below, because I love reading your comments. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.